Hi, I'm Bryony, and today we're going to look at the new digitally integrated vital signs device and go through a few of its functions and features. The first thing you should always do before using one of these devices is to make sure the review tab is empty. You do this by touching the review tab at the bottom of the screen. If there are any old observations here, touch the box beside them and then press delete. Let's start with spot checking vitals. Spot check mode is only to be used for a single set of observations and not for any continuous monitoring of your patient. 1. Touch the clinician ID icon on the top left corner of the main screen. Scan your clinician ID on your ID card and press OK. 2. On the main screen, scan your patient's ID wristband using the square Aztec barcode and wait while the device searches for your patient's name. It will appear in the lower left-hand corner. Confirm you have the correct patient. If their name does not appear, wait for the circle to stop spinning, press the adult button, clear, then OK. You can now scan your patient's wristband again. If the correct patient's name does not appear, you can still use the device to take your patient's vital signs, but you'll need to direct enter these into the correct patient's IMR encounter using iView. 3. Connect your patient as per normal with the BP cuff and oxygen sat probe. 4. Take the vital signs by pressing start. Once blood pressure has been taken, touch the QAD box and complete all fields. If you do not complete all fields, you will not get a QAD score. At this point, enter any of the modifiers like BP patient position, temperature taken by tympanic thermometer. Additionally, add any clinically assessed vitals like pain score. You can also manually enter any observations by pressing for 2 seconds on relevant screen area. 5. Remove the BP cuff and oxygen sats probe from patient and press save. It is extremely important that you remove everything from the patient before pressing save. The CVSM will now save and then send observations to the patient EMR. Early warning instructions may appear on the screen. Remember, these devices use the default QADS ranges, and any altered calling criteria relevant to your patient will not be displayed. This is why you should always refer to the relevant sections of the IMR for early warning instructions and for visual trending and graphing of observations. If the send is successful, the observations will be deleted from the CVSM. If observations remain in the Review tab, select them and press Send to attempt to transfer them again. If this fails, most errors occur from not scanning your clinician ID or not waiting for the patient's name to appear. You will need to direct enter these observations into the IMR. Let's move on to intervals monitoring. First, you must change the device from spot mode to interval mode. Interval mode is the best option for any monitoring or multiple sets of frequent observations. 1. Touch the clinician ID icon on the top left corner of the Home tab. Scan your clinician ID on your ID card and press OK. 2. Scan your patient's ID wristband and wait until the patient's name appears. 3. To program the correct intervals, touch the clock icon in the BP area. set the correct time interval and touch start intervals. Enter any manual observations or modifiers by touching the modifier box. Leave the BP cuff and SATS probe on the patient. Please be aware that each vital sign observation group will finalise within a 15-second window as the BP cuff inflates. If you are adding additional parameters to fulfill elements of the QAD score, you will need to add these within the 15 seconds for the group to send as a complete set to the chart. An alternative workflow is to transcribe the vitals that have pulled across into a new time-stamped column adjacent in iView, and add the additional vitals completing all QAD's elements, receiving the cumulative score and any action alerts. 4. At the completion of each interval, press the Review tab and select Observations to transfer to the IEMR and press Send. 5. Once the interval observations are no longer required, touch the clock icon in the BP area, touch stop intervals, detach the cuff and oxygen SATS probe from the patient and send any remaining results. Finally, return the monitor to spot check mode, press save to clear patient and clinician data.